Soruto, the next generation. Welcome to the Hidden Leaf. 60 years from now, the ninja world is unrecognizable, and at the center of this transformation stands a child born from silence, shadows, and sacrifice. His name is Soruto Uzumaki. Who is he? What if I told you? The legacy of the shinobi has not ended, that the will of fire burns, not in Boruto, but in someone yet to be born? This is the story of Soruto Uzumaki, the shinobi who would walk the path of shadow, not because he was forced to, but because he chose to. They say history repeats itself, but in the Hidden Leaf, history mutates. Soruto Uzumaki, the grandson of Naruto, the son of Boruto, a child born not in a time of peace, but in the aftermath of broken alliances, scattered villages, and shattered chakra, raised in the ruins of what was once the greatest shinobi era, 3 generations in, 3 paths, 1 unbroken fire. Soruto never met his grandfather. He never saw Naruto's smile, never heard the infamous Datebayo. All he had were stories, tales told in whispers, legends of a boy who tamed a beast, who united a world. But legends don't raise children, and Soruto was raised by shadows, a world without Naruto. Decades have passed. The Hidden Leaf is no longer the center of the shinobi world. New powers have risen, nations led by tech and not chakra. Jutsu is outdated. Ninja academies replaced them with war tech labs. The great beasts? Hunted, trapped, studied. Soruto grew up in this reality, a world where shinobi were myths, where his father, Boruto, had disappeared into the void, a shinobi exile. But blood remembers. And Soruto? His blood burned. From a young age, Soruto showed unique signs. The chakra network in his body was unlike anything seen before. It reacted not only to emotion, but to memory. He could relive the past, experience jutsu through vision, and then he could mimic it in Hyuga crypts, dodging chakra pulse mines. Legacy. When the world fears what you can do, they try to cage you. The Leaf Elders, desperate to remain relevant, tried to control Soruto, offered him titles, missions, lies. He refused them all. Instead, he vanished, just like Boruto, just like Naruto once. But he didn't run, he trained. In the forgotten temples of Uchila, in the frozen crypts of the Hyuga, in the scrolls sealed by the 6 paths himself. Each step he took, the echoes of his ancestors followed, not to guide him, but to test him. The world would call him a rogue, a threat, a ghost, but Soruto did what they never expected. He redefined ninjutsu. He didn't discard the past. He upgraded it. Using chakra conductors woven into his own skin, he turned jutsu into a living code, created a new form of battle, chakra programming, shadow clones embedded with data strings, Rasengans that could adapt mid-flights, summoning scrolls encrypted with bio-seals. He became more than a shinobi. He became a legend in motion, and they took notice. Soon, rogue villagers came for him, mercenaries backed by tech conglomerates, even synthetic shinobi machines designed to eliminate chakra-born beings. But each battle only made him stronger, because Soruto didn't fight for power. He fought for the truth, and the truth was hidden in classified ANBU records, buried deep beneath Konoha's ruins. Boruto Uzumaki had not abandoned his family. He had sacrificed himself to stop the revival of Code, to protect his son. Before disappearing, Boruto sealed what was left of the 10 tails in his own body, and launched himself into a dimensional void. He became the final prison. And Soruto? He was the key. Now Soruto must choose. Free his father and risk unleashing the 10 tails once more, or leave him lost and protect a world that has never accepted him. What would you do? Would you save the man who gave up everything, or save the world that gave you nothing? Soruto does not wear a forehead protector. He does not answer to any Hokage. He walks alone, but wherever he goes, hope follows. He is not the next Naruto, not the second coming of Boruto. He is the first Soruto, a shinobi born in a world that doesn't need shinobi, but a world that forgot why it ever did. His enemies call him an echo. His allies call him a storm. But the world will come to know him as one thing, a revolution. The will of fire was never about bloodlines, never about titles. It was about courage. Soruto is its spark, and this spark is about to ignite the future. But every spark draws darkness. The world Soruto fights for is not simply broken. It is infected by greed masked as progress, by peace enforced by profit. The old enemies wore headbands. The new ones were suits. Behind glass towers and satellite surveillance, a new order watches him. a cabal once formed to protect balance, now obsessed with erasing it. They call themselves the Archive, guardians of knowledge, assassins of truth. They fear Soruto because he is living proof that legacy cannot be contained, that a single child, armed with memory, can collapse empires. They send their best, hybrid warrior built in labs, splicing DNA from foreign legends, a girl who channels Byakugan through nanotech lenses, a boy who fires Amaterasu from cybernetic palms. But Soruto doesn't flinch, because the whispers of his ancestors are louder now. Jiraiya's courage, Hinata's patience, Sasuke's resolve, Naruto's heart. He carries all of them, not in stories, but in soul. And then there was one Dot, the only one who called him Soruto, and not the ghost of gods. Her name is Reina, a warrior from the outskirts. No clan, no chakra, only blades, and belief. She sees what others don't. Not the shinobi he could become, but the boy that still looks for his father's face in the stars. Together, they uncover the Archive's darkest truth. There is no future, only loops. Each generation repeating the last, unless someone breaks the pattern. That someone is Soruto. He doesn't seek the title of Hokage. He doesn't dream of statues on mountains. His only dream is freedom. Hybrid enemy unleashes Amaterasu from palm. Flames are mechanical black and spread in hexagonal patterns. For chakra, for memory, for choice, he carves a new path with every step, tearing down walls built by fear and tradition. And when the final war comes, not of villages, but of ideas, he will stand alone against the tide. No summoning beast, no nine tails, just him, and the fire that never died. And so the winds of time turn once more, echoing through the forests of Konoha, through the ruins of war, peace, and progress. Soruto Uzumaki isn't just a name. He's the echo of legacy, the ghost of an era long past, and the torchbearer of a world desperately trying to remember its heart. From the ashes of Naruto's sacrifice, from the mystery of Boruto's disappearance, rises a question. What does it mean to be shinobi in a world that no longer believes in them? To be born with the weight of gods on your shoulders when all you wanted was a normal life. That is Saruto's burden. And maybe it's ours too, because Soruto is more than a character. He's the next generation of Will of Fire. He's what happens when ancient chakra meets futuristic code, when jutsu and programming merge, when you're forced to honor tradition in a world that wants you to forget it. And the internal war, that push and pull between who you are and what the world expects of you, that's ninja. Every story has a cycle, a beginning, a fall, and a rise. Naruto ran so Boruto could fly. And now, Soruto, who's fallen. Not into darkness, but into something greater, into purpose, into choice, into the unknown void that only legends dare to step into. That's where true power begins. Not with rage, not with revenge, but with resolve. So maybe, just maybe, Soruto isn't the end of the story. Maybe he's the beginning of the new shinobi way, a world reborn, a future where peace doesn't come from power, but from understanding, where chakra isn't a weapon, but a language, one spoken not just with hand signs, but with code, with soul, and with legacy. The story of Soruto is unwritten, but one thing's for sure. The will of fire still burns. And if you've made it this far, you already know this isn't just about jutsu. It's about what we carry, what we pass on, and the courage to create something new. If Soruto lit a spark in you, hit that subscribe icon, because there's more fire coming. The shinobi way never dies.